We're back in January, which is 5 seconds after I did the last one. We'll do the rice bowl. Yes, it's still December for me. It's still the 4th of December for me. Hope you're having a wonderful January. 7th of January. I think this is a Tuesday thing. Haven't decided if it's a Tuesday thing. I had to make up 2 series this evening. Well, I had to come up with them. I had to come up with what I was going to let's play for my Tuesday and Wednesday slots. And I decided on this as Tuesday. And right now, Wednesdays is not a thing. But so I've got an idea for it, and as long as the recording for it works, then it should be Trauma Center. Finally, I get to play Trauma Center for you guys, because that was going to be one of the first things I really wanted to do, was do Trauma Center, because I love that game. It's one of my favourite game series. Is for some reason cutting up people in a non-threatening way. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know why. I don't want to be any good at it. I don't want to be a surgeon or anything like that. I don't like blood and guts that much. I mean, I can cope with it, but I'm not a giant fan of it. So I don't get why I like it, but I do. And also the anime in it's kind of cool. I like anime kind of stuff. I don't like it as much as like some people do. Like, to the extent, well, I mean, I don't read very many anime comics, or watch anime, or anything like that, and I should, because I do like that style, a lot, but I just haven't been cultured, I suppose. I'm gonna call it that, because, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was talking about trauma. Hope you enjoyed. Also, this Christmas thing, I haven't decided what this Christmas thing is. All I know is that I've allotted 12 days. Ironically, it wasn't actually the intention of it being 12 days, but it started off being Christmas week, and then I was like, but I want to do New Year too. I want to do something for New Year too. So I just extended this week to encompass New Year as well. And it just ended up being 12 days, and I was just like, yes, this works so perfectly. So I'm almost certain it's going to be named 12 Days of Christmas. And I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm doing for that yet. I have no clue, but I hope you enjoyed it. Either way. Because I enjoyed making it. I don't know whether I enjoyed making it or not. I probably did. I hope I did. It'd be really awful if I didn't. Crack the bloody eggs. Woo! Just in time. I was kind of worried then. I thought I wasn't going to do it in time. Oh, the cooking method after this is kind of weird. Watch, you gotta change direction to beat them properly. And then round again. Until they're just an eggy mush. Oh, that was only good? What? Oh, I can still see faint egg. Never mind. Tomorrow's another day. This is weird. You kind of gotta just do that. I've never heard of this cooking technique before. I kind of like it though. I guess it makes like a thicker sauce. And it cooks the thing at the same time. And not only that, it would not just slide like that. It would look like a solid thing. It's like, unless there's egg in it, in which case, maybe. I'm fine with 95. I can cook with 95. Ooh, chicken and an egg. Salisbury steak time. Finally. After I said I would do it twice in a row. And didn't. That was easy. don't understand why they don't make the first two, like this one and last one, just exactly the same. Because they are exactly the same. Just following the dotted lines. Frenching the onions. It's called Frenching. Actually, no, that's not. It's cutting them the other way that makes Frenching. I learnt this when I was watching a video about French onion soup, because French onion soup is delicious. I'm gonna have to ask for that when I go home as well. See, my family is like, let us know what you want us to cook, because you must have missed your stepdad's cooking. I have missed my stepdad's cooking like crazy. His cooking is so good. But like, I just want food. I just like, that's just as far as it gets. Like, all of it. Everything. All the things. Just everything he cooks. Just yummy. Nearly grabbed the breadcrumbs then. That's not good. These are basically kind of like burgers in a weird way. So they're not steak. As much as I like beef, I prefer a steak to a burger any day. Who doesn't? Come on. Unless it's a proper burger with like really good beef and onions and well seasoned, peppered, properly well peppered burger. Just steak and pepper, freshly cracked black pepper. That's a mouthful and a half. Ooh, this is fun. This is always fun in real life, except I don't normally do it like that. I don't toss it from hand to hand. I normally just make a shape out of them. Who doesn't? Oh, come on, running out of time. What is this? I don't want to fail it. I want to just get it good. Get it good. This is like the way my degree's going. It's like, I want to do everything perfectly to begin with. And then it's like, nah, as long as I don't fail, I'm fine. It's exactly the way my degree's gone thus far. And I'm like 9 weeks in. Although, to be honest, I'm kind of more of a perfectionist now than when I started, technically. Because I didn't think I'd be very good at this degree. Because it wasn't my intentional first choice. Because, as most of you know, I actually applied to do maths, but I'm on a computer science course now because they would let me in. And it turns out I'm actually quite good at computer science because it's mainly maths, but it's like the good bits of maths, and there's programming involved. So most modules of this I'm good at, and I'm hoping to average, hopefully, at around 60-70% this year, which would be lovely. Even though this year doesn't count towards anything because it's freshers. We're freshers. I say we're. I don't know why. I guess I was referring to my friends as well at that point. Who knows? I have friends in like the third year as well. Second year, third year, all of them. All of the years. I have friends. Do I have any PhD friends? What is that? Oh, that's funnel potatoes. Every time I look at that, I always think it looks like a creme caramel. But yeah, I understand it now. Cute Japanese flag. Who wouldn't? Now this one should take up a whole episode with all its variants, because there's so many of them. Meatballs! That sounds like fun. So the monotony begins, and I'm hoping my conversation will keep it somewhat entertaining. Not very entertaining at all. Wait a minute. Never mind. My brain was doing a thing. When I say that all the time, it's one of my weird phrases that I always say. It's like, my brain was doing a thing. It's mainly me saying, I'm being stupid. And normally blonde, even though my hair is red. And have never been blonde in my life. Although, My hair was... when I was younger, my hair was nearly blonde, but not quite blonde. It was that annoying. Like, in a weird way, I wanted to be blonde, or at least have hair like of a normal colour. But it was kind of half blonde, half brown. I don't know. I'll make that one first. With this one, you add this weird stuff. Oh, it's miso. Miso. Fighting in the dojo. Sorry. Mighty Boosh reference for all you Mighty Boosh fans out there, which is a grand total of 0, let me guess. It's on Netflix, watch it. You don't know what you're missing out on. Need in the shit. Need in the shit. No, don't say that. Don't say that, Meg. Because that sounds gross. Don't ever say it again. Toss in the shit. Here we go. Everything I've got nothing to say for, I just refer to it as shit. It's really bad. It's just absurd. The way I just call everything shit and end everything with shit. Like I normally say and shit at the end of a sentence, because I guess that's like my common side coming out of me. I said that sounded so posh. My common side coming out. No, but I mean, everybody where I grew up thought I was quite posh, but I'm not, and I've lived in a council house all my life. Not like a council estate, but where I'm from, which is Suffolk. Council houses don't really get like that, or at least not in villages, which is where I lived. And yeah, so I'm technically a bit of a chap, technically, by definition, but I'm not a stereotypical chap either. But yeah, I don't know how we got onto the subject. Can we? All I know is I'm not as posh as I was in my hometown. Mainly because the first person I met, pretty much, my uni, was a private school bloke who, like, speaks really posh and enunciates every word because he was from Hong Kong. He was brought up in Hong Kong. I mean, like, I don't know what it is about living in another country and being English, but oh, I missed it. Forget it. Too busy talking. You kind of like make your accent stronger, I guess, in a weird way, when you're in a foreign place. I don't know whether that would be a thing. If you lived there for 13 years, I don't know. Especially as he wasn't brought up bilingual. Shame on him. He had an opportunity to be bilingual, and you don't take it. Come on. I've recently realised quite the importance of languages, which is why I'm picking up German again and getting my friend to help me out a bit. Although I've done very little so far, and I really should. Yeah, my ventures into German began when I was a young 13-year-old who chose to do German because she hated French, but still had to do French on the side because she was apparently too clever at languages to just forget about French, according to my school. So I had to do both, and I, as a kid, procrastinated like a bugger. I still do procrastinate like a bugger, but I'm not quite as bad. Like, I do get shit done these days. when I say I procrastinated like a bugger, in those days, I mean, I didn't do the work at all. These days I'm better. So yes. And so yeah, like I wouldn't learn the words I needed to learn for the week, and I wouldn't learn my oral exams, and I wouldn't. Well, I do okay in the writing exams. I did get B's in all my writing exams, so. And I ended up with an A in the listening, which is ironic because I never learned any of the words. See, my natural instinct for learning languages is there, but it's not been, like, used to its full, I guess. It's funny, all my friends are learning different languages at the moment. For some reason, the friend that lived in Hong Kong for 13 years is now learning Cyrillic. For random reasons. He just did it one day because he was locked in his house. Because stupid uni maintenance wouldn't fix it and then charged him. But yeah, as I was saying. So yeah, he started learning Cyrillic one day when he was locked in his house. And then he was like, well, I can shout at the Russian people in Dota now. So I was like, sure. As someone who always plays Dota, you should do that. This is him with 1,272 hours clocked on Dota 2. Me with 1. Because I tried it and failed. I think it's 2 actually. I will have to check. Yeah, I tried it and I failed. But now they've brought in that coaching mode, I'm almost tempted to get him to teach me. But then again, I just know how bad I am at games like that anyway. So I'm just like, don't even bother, don't even. You're gonna hate me by the end of this. So I'm just not even gonna. So yeah. Jesus. Spam clicking! Come on! Yes, just in time. And then my other friend Joel, who's from America but lived in India and Switzerland his whole life. Never lived in America, just in Switzerland and India. Sure. My friends have travelled. I went to France for a week. And Edinburgh for a weekend. That's as much travelling as I've done. But yeah, he's learning Japanese. So sure. Why not? And then there's me learning German. We're all just... It was quite funny though, one day we were trying to buy this board game, well, card game, off of Amazon.de. And they were just like, can you understand this? Obviously, Joel knew a fair bit about German because obviously living in Switzerland, you kind of can't not know any German because obviously Switzerland is split. You've got your French bit, you've got your German bit, you've got your Italian bit. I think there's a fourth, I'm not sure. It's been so long since I went to Switzerland. I went to Switzerland for the day when I went to France for the week and went to Geneva and saw the United Nations and that was it. And sat in a park and looked at football because this was the year they hosted the European Cup and there was a giant football statue in this lake, which I would presume is Lake Geneva. Is there a Lake Geneva? I'm so bad. Oh, I'm the worst. See, the thing is, I don't like that I don't know stuff. There are people that like embrace this whole, I'm so stupid, what's this? I don't know what this is. And then there's me who's actually like, well, I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know all this stuff. and I feel bad that I don't. Because it's, yeah. Yeah, that's my philosophy on things. You gotta, the more you learn, the better life is, I guess. I've just found that knowing more stuff has just made me an more interesting person. Like, for example, this is really out of the way. I spent a day marathoning Game Theory, the YouTube show, when I finally found out they existed. They're awesome, by the way. Check them out if you don't know who they are. And I learnt about the Polybius theory. Well, like the conspiracy behind Polybius and MK Ultra and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into it here. You should do your own Googling because it is very complex. And I then went and read around it some more. And it turned into, like, probably the first conversation I had with my first boyfriend here. So, yeah, that's how I met people. I started talking about video game conspiracy theories. It was the first conversation I had with that person that actually made me feel smart as well. Because he's intelligent. I keep talking about these people like they're separate people. Alright. Anyone who watches my vlogs knows that Andrew was my first boyfriend at uni. Andrew is the one that lived in Hong Kong for 13 years and was the first person I met at uni and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I was talking about them separately. And now that I've given him a name, it's like, oh gee, don't. But yeah. First real conversation I mean, I had conversations with him before that, but not really. Like, he lived in my flat in temporary accommodation. He was room number 36 and I was room number 40. And the second night we were there, they were pre-drinking in the kitchen. And I kind of joined them because I thought I better be social. A little bit. I'm not good at being social. But yeah, I did this. And he was talking about video games and I kind of butted in about something. And oh, they were talking about Steam sale, I think. And I was like, yeah, I spent like way too much in the Steam sale. And I actually told them how much I spent in the Steam sale. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent in the Steam sale, but I spent a lot in the Steam sale. And so he was like, yep, you a gamer then? I was like, yeah. And then he kind of waved his Dota pendant at my face, almost. It wasn't, he was sitting on a chair and I was a counter, like an island counter. I wasn't being antisocial, I promise. I was leaning on a counter. Oh, I failed that. Bugger. But yeah, and then I found out that he was on my course. Well, he wasn't on my course, but we had the same Welcome Week talks and the same first year modules, pretty much, because he does artificial intelligence. So we ended up walking in to campus together because it was quite a long walk from where we were living at the time. And we walked in on Monday morning together. I was still pretty tired, even though I woke up at 7:30 and the thing didn't start until 11. And we didn't really know each other that well to begin with. So I just kind of let him lead that first day. And then I didn't come home with him that day because we kind of got like, his talk was an hour later than mine because his surname is in the last half of the alphabet and mine is in the first half of the alphabet, so we had different talks because you know how it is. And we just kind of crossed paths as he went into his talk, and then we didn't see each other until well, I saw him from across the room in the second talk, but then I got talking to this other girl who who's also awesome. Her name is Hannah. She's great. It was her 21st birthday that day as well, and she treated me to a donut. Bless her. I was like, I should be treating you to a donut. It's your birthday. But like, no. That was very kind of her. But yeah, I went and bought some food because I bought some baking stuff because I wanted to bake. Turned out the ovens in this place didn't actually work, or at least in our flat they didn't. And then I walked back. Well, I caught the bus for some of it because I was carrying very heavy bags. I failed that too. Bloody hell. And so I got home, and then about half an hour later, I get a knock on my door, and it's Andrew, and he says, "Hey, there was that film night on. I think they're showing The Matrix. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we did the 45-minute walk to campus again and watched this film. And obviously, the artificial intelligence was to blame for all of it. So we had a bright laugh, blaming him for everything. But yeah, and then we walked home, and it was about 11 o'clock at this time, and it was very dark, and we were just walking, and that was when I told him the story of Polybius. And I actually felt like a valid member of a conversation, and I was like, what is this shit? And yeah. And then we walked in together on Tuesday as well. And then we went to the library. We got out our reading list. And then we sat at the kitchen table and read for a while. And then he was like, "Hey, you know how we were talking about Studio Ghibli films yesterday?" I was like, "Yeah, we were talking about Studio Ghibli films that day." And he goes, "I have one on my laptop, actually. Do you want to watch it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he tried to bring it into the kitchen. Didn't work. And so we went into his room and we watched this film. And we were very quiet throughout the whole of it. But we ended up cuddling throughout the whole of it. Which was like, at this point I thought he was gay as well, might I add. He is now. So that's another story for another day. I probably shouldn't have. I really need to stop going on about my life. But yeah. He was my boyfriend for a while. And it was lovely. It's alright though, we're just friends now. Oh yeah, how'd I fuck that up? Oh, fine. Fuck that up. I am not gonna get a good score on this one. Just poke the egg with a bloody finger. Ah, bronze! What's this new colour I've never heard of? No, anyway, thank you for watching this slightly too long episode of this. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.